What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Once again, welcome back to Faccis Cinema. Oh my gosh, the dehumidifier's on. Let me turn that off. But welcome back to the HalloScream review series, continuing this week. I cannot believe we're 9 weeks into this bad boy, already landing on Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007. This is dropping on September 19th, 2022. We're almost in the home stretch. We got a couple more left before we get to the release of Halloween Ends on October 14th, 2022. And along with me for the ride are all those great YouTube content creators at the bottom of the screen. And also, Chris Snyder is doing reviews for all of these over on Letterboxd. And our boy Jason Nike is back in the YouTube game. He is starting to drop his Halloween reviews starting on the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely stay tuned for those from the J-Man. But as always, let's get into some fun facts, this time about Rob Zombie's Halloween. All right, did you guys know that Emma Stone actually auditioned for the role of Laurie Strode? That blew my mind, but at the time, she was really a nobody. She had that little side role in Superbad, and that was pretty much it. But no offense to Scout Taylor Compton, she did a great job, but the trajectory of their careers are two different things. Emma Stone is a star, and you know, Scout's kind of just, I mean, she's definitely there. She's a great actress, but she's kind of doing that B-level stuff compared to Emma Stone. But I don't really know if Emma Stone would have fit this movie, and she definitely, I could not have believed her if she was in the role in part 2. So I'm glad they went with Scout. She did a great job, and I think she was the perfect fit for this role. Guess what? Danny Trejo didn't die in the original cut of this film. They had to go back months later. They refilmed it. They added it in. Thought it was, thought he was a minor character, but rewatching the test screening and whatnot, they realized he was actually very important. So they wanted to add him back in and make his death super meaningful. So they had to go back in months later and film him getting killed. That was good to you, Mikey. It was messed up, dude. It never should have happened. Danny Trejo owned. He was his buddy, and Michael, but Michael doesn't give a fuck about nobody. So we should not be surprised. And the last one, I think people probably do know this. There was an alternate ending that they originally wanted to go with. Michael came down. He was having like a confrontation with Loomis again. And then the police arrive and they just open fire and they blow him away Halloween 4 style. That's the original direction they wanted to go in. And then they obviously switched it to have Scout and him having a battle falling off the balcony and, pulling the trigger as his hands come up. So the way it's looking in the original ending, it was going to be a one and done. There was going to be no more. But we always say that with Michael Myers, and he always comes back, so who the fuck knows? But let's get into these kills. Let's start the kill ranking for Rob Zombie's Halloween. There was a ton of deaths in this movie. I kind of lumped some of them together. I based my killings on the theatrical cut, not the director's cut. I didn't want to include them two assholes with the rape scene. Not necessary, so we went with the original breakout scene from the theatrical cut. And I lumped those all, I think there was 4 people. I lumped those into one kill. And then there was another 2 kills that I just lumped into one because there's really no reason to discuss them, separately. So I have 18 total to rank here. Let's do this because this is a lot. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about these. 18, I have Deborah Myers. She was obviously killed by herself. She committed suicide. It was a little emotional right there for a minute, but Michael didn't do the killing, so I really don't want to put this up any higher than it is. And she comes back later as a ghost, but she's still there. So 18, Deborah Myers. Number 17, I have 2 nameless guards. Supposedly they were gutted, but we obviously didn't see it. And the only reason they made this list above Deborah is because Myers did it, not her. Number 16, I got Nurse Gloria. They find her. Ishmael finds her laying on the floor. She has like her throat ripped out. Or wait, or does she find him? I don't know. She's just laying on the floor. It's an aftermath kill. We don't see it actually happen. But, I mean, it does. At least she had a name compared to the other guards. So that's why she's 16. Number 15, I got Nurse Wynn. She was stabbed with the fork. She was talking shit on Michael, saying that, Boo possibly couldn't be related to someone as ugly as you. And Michael stands up with that little fork and stabs the shit out of her. Why they give forks to patients at a mental institution? I don't fucking know. But they did, and she paid the price, and she was killed. Number 14, I have Officer Lowry. He was the two responding officers at the house. He got stabbed in the back, and that's whenever you see like the blood squirt onto the bathroom door. I mean, it's a cool looking shot, but the kill we didn't really get to see fully because of the door being inside, so that's why it is where it is. Number 13, I have Paul. He was getting ready to have some sexual intercourse with Annie, and Michael shows up, stabs him once, and I believe just throws him, and that's the end. So, I mean, there's a good chance he lived, like in Friday the 13th Part 2, that Paul's alive, is he? Yeah. You don't know if he is or not, you? Nobody knows if he's alive, but I think he is. But this Paul, he's probably dead. This Michael's very angry and very large, so he's dead. Number 12, I have Deputy Charles, I believe it is. He got stabbed 3 times. He was another one of those responding officers, but we get to see him getting brutally murked by Myers in the hallway upstairs. You don't want that shit coming at you face forward. I'll tell you that right now. He shoots him, pisses him off even more. You hear him grunting, and then he just destroys him. So, bye-bye, Officer Charles. You are finished. Okay, number 11, we have Linda. Probably the sexiest girl in this movie. Full frontal, very beautiful woman. That's not basing on where I put her in this ranking. I'm just saying, she's a beautiful girl. Hey, Casper the Friendly Ghost, asshole, give me my beer. So, yeah, it's kind of a nice reenactment, but the house is a hell of a lot more disgusting, obviously. And then Michael just comes up behind her, strangles her, and then gets to touch her naked body. So, good for Michael. Good for Michael. What a dude. Like, lucky him. Carrying her. That shot of him carrying her down the hallway is fantastic. So that probably adds into that as well. So, number 11, I got Linda. Number 10, I got Cynthia Strode. Gets her neck broken after Myers just barrels in that house looking for Lori. She's like, I don't know, that's my baby, no! Freaking slams her into that coffee table, lifts her neck up and goes, beautiful. Love the sound effects. Really great atmosphere in that scene for sure. Definitely intense. I loved it. Number 10. Number 9, I got Ishmael. He like I talked about in the fun facts, he shouldn't have died at all. Unfortunately, he did. I thought Danny Trejo did a great job. He really cared for Mikey. He was in that situation before. He's trying to explain to him there's more. You got to look past the walls. You got to look further. Kind of reminiscing of Loomis in 78 with the speech. Looking past the walls. Great job. Great job. Ishmael, I thought we needed more Danny Trejo, but they felt that he needed to die and that Michael had no remorse for anyone. And I think that is why they did it, in fact. So Ishmael, number 9. Number 8, I have Mason Strode. Slashed and like punched in the face and shit. No matter how many times I watch this movie, no matter how many times, it still shocks me each and every time. I'm looking for Michael. I know where he's going to be coming from, but I just don't see it. And then all of a sudden, pow! Cuts him real quick, and I jump every time and then just drops him. So it's not so much that the kill's super amazing, it's just that it gets me every time, and I got to give it props for that. A very well done jump scare, probably one of the best ones that I've ever seen, and it needs to get some more love because it's pretty badass. Mason Strode, number 8. Number 7, I got Judith. By the way, another sexy girl in this movie. That's not my daddy. My daddy's in heaven. Oh, my nipples are hard. Yeah, but Michael comes up to her with the mask on, starts rubbing her leg because he's gross like that. And then she punches him in the face, and then he just stabs her in the stomach. The theme kicks in as he's walking down the hallway. Yes, he looks goofy because the mask is extremely large. He's just slicing the shit out of her back as she goes down the hallway. And rumor has it, he stabbed her 17 times. So, that's brutal, and that is messed up. And, I mean, she had it coming. She did have a nice donker because Ronnie told me that. I didn't say it. Ronnie did. But she was a bitch to Michael, and, I mean, you never want to kill somebody because of that, but you can't say she didn't have it coming. Judith, number 7. Number 6, I got Steve, her boyfriend. He's the one who brought that mask and introduced Myers to that mask. It looks really, really amazing in these opening shots. I mean, I wish it would have stayed that look the rest of the movie, but obviously it got buried under the floorboards magically. Don't know how he did it and perfectly laid him back down, but that is what it is. Got all dirty and crusty and shit. But he's down there making a sandwich at somebody else's home. Like, that's not even your home. You don't like your home? Go home! Yeah, this isn't your home. Go to that home. And he's just making a sandwich, and you don't even give a fuck. And it's ridiculous. Disrespectful. And I think Michael knew that. So he grabbed a bat, Hit him so hard the first time, he's just shaking on the ground like having a seizure, and then continues to bash his skull in with the bat. And then the last thing you hear is the aluminum bat hitting the freaking kitchen floor. Loved it. Loved it. Didn't like anybody in this opening character, so good for them that they're all dead. No, it's not good to kill people, but you know what I mean. It's a movie, so sue me. Number 5, I got the 4 guards at the escape scene. I didn't want to list them individually because Michael beat the shit out of them. He waited for the opportune time when they opened up the outside gate, rips the chains off because Michael's that big-ass strong, and then just freaking cuts that one's throat with the chain, shoots the one with a gun. Yes, Michael, well, he didn't really shoot him. He, like, directed one of the guards to shoot somebody with a gun, but you get it. And then he just, he's a murderous beast. And he takes care of business. We got Bill Moseley in there. Love it, love it, love it. Trick or treat, baby. Michael Myers. Oh, I love the kills. It was a great, great escape scene. I liked it a lot. And he drugged the one officer down the hallway till he left. That's amazing. Michael's a beast. Number 5, guard action deaths. Number 4, I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. And I'm gonna cut that mask right off your face. I got Joe Grizzly up there so high. Ken Foree, fantastic. I loved him. By the way, they had to put a stunt double in there to be the dead body because he kept like blinking his eyes and breathing and he couldn't just lay still. That's a fun fact if you didn't know. Way to go, Ken Foree. He couldn't do one thing. I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me. It's gonna be a while. So do you mind? You mind? Damn, I can't even think of it because I don't like this movie that much. Let me drop this beast in peace. Yeah. Come on, Daisy. He's a big dude, and he's getting slammed the fuck off that freaking bathroom stall, which they actually broke, by the way. And he's giving him a fight. He punches him in the face. He's excited. Then Michael stabs him. And that cool shot of Michael standing up and zippering up the jumpsuit. I love that shot. I love that scene for real. It's probably one of my favorites in the movie. Good golly, Miss Molly. Joe Grizzly's back. Where's the Cracker Jacks? Number 3, I got Bob, a reenactment of the iconic kill from '78. This time, you get to do it on the upper floor. Michael holds him up, the usual, puts the knife in. It looks probably more realism in this one than it did in the first one. Really great job. Love the kill. Love Michael steps back, takes a look, and does the same thing. Puts on the ghost mask and does the same thing. This time, at least, hands Linda the beer because Michael's a little more of a gentleman in this movie. No, I'm just kidding. He's an ass. He's a redneck asshole. But just because it is a very nice tribute to the original, gotta put Bob on the list at number 3. How's a loser like that getting Linda? I have no idea, but props to you, buddy. At least you got some before you died. He asked him, what do I get out 1 to 10? She was like, 0. And he was like, I'm like an 11. No, I'm an 11. You're 0. Bitch. Number 2, I have Ronnie. Everybody wanted Ronnie to die because I'm going to crawl over there. It's going to fuck the shit out of you. He's like, I can't wait for this to heal so I can re-break it on your fucking face, bitch. Don't you think I'm not making a mental list of all this shit? He's a redneck piece of trash. He treated Michael like garbage. He treated, Deborah like garbage. And he wanted to have sex with their daughter, so he's a scumbag. I love that Michael, he just snaps. He's eating that candy corn, and he just had enough. He said, candy corn sucks dick. I wanted a Kit Kat bar. Or a Snickers, because, Michael, you're not you when you're hungry, Duct tapes his mouth shut, duct tapes him to the chair, and then he just looks up and slits that throat, opens up so nicely. The blood flows out. He lifts up his mask to show him his face, puts it back down. Oh, I love it. And in that moment before he does it, he pulls the curtain back, looks out the window, sees the trick-or-treaters with the mask on, then closes it back up. Ronnie had to come in. He's a piece of white trash shit that nobody liked anyway, so good for him. Number 2, Ronnie. And number 1 for me, the opening kill of the movie, not even done by grown Michael Myers, done by the kid Michael Myers, it's so eerie and creepy. He's just stalking him. They should have not have played the Halloween theme when we see little Michael. I do think that was a mistake. Should have played something else. They played that. He's looking through the trees. It's a good shot. He's watching him, stalking him. And then as he's walking through the woods, the spy kid, he freaking jumps out with that big-ass stick, hits him. And then he's like, dude, I'm going to beat your ass. Then he just keeps wailing on him with that stick. And for that to be the opening scene of this movie, such a brutal death, kid on kid, it just hit differently for me, and it always did from the moment that I saw it. Makes me very uneasy. And then he keeps hitting him in the back, and he's like bloody all over his face. He's like, I'm sorry, please don't kill me, I'm sorry. And Michael don't even give a shit. Starts wailing on his face and head with that stick, and it's the end of the game for Wesley, my friend. But he was a bully, and he should have treated Michael with respect, because he was part of the reason that Michael turned into what he did in this movie. Him, Ronnie, his sister, Judith, all that shit led to this. And hey, and Elvis too, because he died while he was jacking him off. I mean, who the hell has a rat, man? It's a damn rat. I don't know who has a rat, Ronnie. I don't. But number one, Wesley, beaten in the woods with a stick. Those are my kill rankings. Very lengthy for this movie. Coming up next, we got Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That's going to be a special treat, because that's going to be a live stream with my man Nick from the Lost River Drive-Ins this Wednesday. So I'm doing 2 kill rankings in the same week. This Wednesday, that will be dropping live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Me and Nick are going to dive into our kill rankings for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I'm not a huge fan of it. He loves it. It's his second favorite in the franchise, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely swing by. Going to be a fun time. Going to be kick-ass. I'm not a huge fan, but the kills are decent. So can't wait to dive into those. Come back. Show some love. If you like this video, hit the like for me, man. It means the world. And if you're new here for some reason after all this time, click that subscribe button. We're on the path to 5,000 subscribers. And also, if you're looking to support this vision that I am doing here on Faccis Cinema, links are below to my Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and my YouTube membership. Really, really appreciate it. You could join that for as little as $2 a month. All support from you guys is greatly appreciated. You guys have a scary day. I gotta go get the cum pumped out of my stomach. I mean, I gotta go wash my car. I mean, I don't know. I'm writing a mental list of all this shit. I don't fucking know. I really, it's just a mental list. But should I go pump the cum out of my stomach, Dr. Loomis? I'm feeling a little wheezy in my stomach. Should I?